All right, Prodigy, the Icarus Society. There was a second, like I got both these books of Prodigy, and I wasn't sure which one actually came first because like it kind of like doesn't really go over his origin so well during this stuff. Over this one, Prodigy, like the guy is like a super genius. He's got like voices in his head that allow him to just be smarter and better than everybody else. To the point where it's absurd. It's almost like a superpower. And you've got some very good art over the course of this as well. It's by Mark Millar, of course, and the art is by Matteo Buffagni. I hope I pronounced that right. Different artist than the first one, but in the same vein, so it feels very natural with all this. He ends up hooking up with this lady who gets him into trouble, very James Bond style in that. And there ends up this like conspiracy of all these like elites out there who are trying to find like this fountain of youth to live forever, very much like modern day elites in real life. And there is like a place that ends up being that for these people after you investigate through some clues. Look at the beautiful backgrounds through this here. And in this place, they have rehabilitated a lot of people, and they like who were very bad people, and some of them are ancient people who have lived a long time in this like Himalayan monk area. And the bad guys, of course, want to take it over, take the technology for themselves. And there's a knockdown, drag out fight between the guy who's Prodigy and, of course, the people of that area and the bad guys. And it eventually ends up with the place getting burned down. And they're going to have to rebuild, and they're going to rebuild. And one of the bad guys of this ends up being a part of that team and doing that as Prodigy kind of goes off into the sunset at the end of this. So not quite as big of a storyline as the first volume. And that's what you get into trouble with. Like when you get something super exciting, like in like multiversal and all that, and then you build something a little softer for the second volume, it ends up not quite as exciting. And there wasn't as much of a personal touch because there was like some personal elements with the character in the first one, which didn't end up translating over into this one too. And so it's kind of like it blew its wad on that level before getting into this. Still, it was a decent story. Although, like I'd say that it was a quick read. Pacing's good. Interesting concept all the way around. Art was pretty good on it too. So it's like it was an all right read, but it just like didn't quite hit the marks of the first one. Call it a 7 out of 10, an average graphic novel from me. So decent read, but probably wouldn't read again. Leave a comment down below with what you think about this. Hit the like and subscribe button. We'll be back soon.